This course is not about managers who put their trust and luck and clinch to the hope that no adverse events will hit their companies, at least not as long as they have the management. The course is not about location in sweet spots either, simply because they don't seem to exist. Take Singapore as an example. For many years, this city state was considered a safe harbor for business, with no political unrest, no typhoons, no earthquakes, no terrorism. However, the current pandemic also hit Singapore despite the many drastic measures taken by the Singaporean government. Managers may seek safety by confining the supplies and sales of their companies to the home country. In certain countries and industries, this may make sense. However, it doesn't qualify as a global strategy, which is the focus of this course. So the course is about global strategies in a turbulent world, and we will distinguish between three strategies: the safeguarding strategy, the agility strategy, and the embracing strategy. The three strategies are complementing each other rather than being mutually exclusive. In practice, most companies will combine elements from all three strategies. Let me very briefly explain what the strategies are about and how they differ. The safeguarding strategy is about proactive and preventive avoidance and/or protection against disruptive factors, as well as reactive responses to these factors, ensuring solutions for fast recovery if the shit has hit the fan, so to say. A company may protect itself against adverse but foreseeable events in various ways. Examples are protective measures, including location in earthquake-proof buildings, installation of emergency generators to secure electricity supplies, firewalls against fires, as well as cyber attacks, and employee use of COVID-19 protection, face mask, and visors. But how can a company safeguard itself against fatal value chain disruption in case the adverse events does hit it? In other words, how can a company ensure complete remedy or at least fast recovery after it has been hit by a blow? The company may take out an insurance to cover the damages fully or partially, or generate cash flow buffers to pay quick recovery measures. If the company is a manufacturing company, it may hold extra inventory of critical input components as well as finished goods for the customers. Another strategy is about agility. A company can ensure backup production by replicating its production sites in different locations or by using standardized inputs that can be sourced from multiple locations or suppliers. As an example, the multinational shoe company ECCO replicated its production sites after having experienced a near fatal value chain disruption caused by the flooding of its factory in Thailand in 2011. In the aftermath of this flooding, the car producer Nissan fared better than some of its competitors because the company, to a large extent, used standardized rather than custom parts. When its Thai suppliers were disrupted by the same flood, the company was able to tap other global suppliers to get replacement parts into Thailand and resume production. Another way for a company to achieve supply chain resilience and agility is to ensure high and swift mobility of its production factors in case a disruption is threatening. If key personnel and critical machinery and equipment can be relocated to safe sites in due time, value chain disruption can be avoided or the consequences hereof can be mitigated. To achieve high and swift mobility of its resources, the company must have an operative evacuation plan ready for use. Furthermore, the company must make sure that the key personnel, including their spouse and children, are able and willing to move to other production sites at a short notice. In terms of IT activities, cloud solutions provide a high degree of mobility. The third and last strategy is that of embrace. In other words, a company thrives by natural disasters, political unrest, pandemics, or other events that firms usually would consider to be misfortunes. This may sound suspicious and morally reprehensible, but need not to be so. Just think of a company or an NGO organization like ChurchAid or Red Cross, specialized in disaster relief, or pharmaceutical firms developing COVID-19 treatment preparations or vaccines and thereby making a profit. Of course, we can also think of opposite and inexcusable examples, such as companies that ally or even support warlords in order to run a profitable business in the territory under their control. Instead of more or less enduring assimilation to adversities, companies may adapt their production and entire business model in order to cope with the unfortunate situation that has arisen and get the best out of it to the benefit of the company and the society as a whole. The current COVID-19 situation provides numerous examples. Food companies repurposing the production of liquor to disinfectants, pharmaceutical firms producing COVID-19 test kits, plastic producers delivering face masks and visors, etc., etc. Other firms having consequence of the COVID-19 related curfews expanded their online sales and associated delivery services. In some instances, companies have engaged in a full-fledged business model transformation as a result of the pandemic.